G'day guys. Yeah, it's got a whole heap of stuff in from overseas. We're going to pull it apart and see what's there. And to a certain person, your 6,000's done. So it's ready for you to pick up. But anyway, before I just had a look in here, I said, oh well, there's two packets and we'll see what's in them. Might be interesting. Might not too. Don't know yet. Make sure there's nothing else in there. You never know. Okay. Okay. Here we go. This is stuff for making metal detectors. That is a Arduino adapter board. ESP32 boards. I thought I'd get another adapter board. What else we got here? Another adapter board. Yep, ESP32 development board. Another one. I've got a few of those actually, so I'm going to try some different ideas. But with one of these development boards, you can actually make nearly just a couple of external components, a complete metal detector out of one of these. I'm not joking, you can do it. I've already done it. So yes, that's an adapter. So there we go. I've got a collection of other ones too, little Arduino boards, but every basic functions that you want there, even a couple of very nice ADCs are all in these devices. So all you do is scale down your reference voltage a little bit and don't push it, and you have very, very good resolution for target identification and also ground balance as well. And in here we have, I have no idea what's in here, but let's have a look. That's interesting. Oh, these are separate ADC boards. I was trying to look through there. I couldn't see what it was. Yeah, these are just fairly simple ADS 1115 modules. These are 16-bit ADCs. Those modules there, I think they got 14-bit, maybe have 16-bit ADCs on it. I think you can configure them for 10, 12 or 14, maybe 16. I just looked at so much stuff lately I cannot remember. So there we go. 1, same again. 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, same thing. So yeah, just to do some external ADC work with these boards here. Very, very easy. I should open one of these up. These are the meat and potatoes of how it all goes together, really. There's your adapter board. More rubbish for landfill or wherever it goes. Yeah, these were not even expensive, and we got to just check them over, make sure there's no shorts or anything. There's some daggy looking soldering on these. It's obviously been dipped and they haven't cleaned their solder bath. Got a bit of stuff there, but that's easy. It's probably you know, not you know, terrible, but yeah, clean it up. Just a bit grotty looking, and you can put your board on there, put your power in there, and it's your power. You got USB, and yeah, various types of connectors on there. So what does it say on it? ESP 32 expansion board. So with something like that, one more subboard, and one of these modules, you can make yourself a metal detector. And it's basically the bare bones building block. If you want to get really clever, you can use 2 of these and 2 of those and make yourself a really, really good metal detector. But, there we go. That's basically the core of a metal detector. These also have Wi-Fi and Bluetooth on them as well. Work that out. It's got a lot of stuff, and yeah, there's its little antenna up there. I think if you run the Wi-Fi and Bluetooth on these, you lose a couple, or maybe you lose a couple of ports, IOs on it, because the address lines get taken up by the communications. So basically these things just plug in here somewhere. Don't do it round the wrong way. I better look at the pin configuration, and it's got to have a dot on it somewhere, say it's pin 1. Or is it written there? It's so damn small I can't see it. Yeah, I'll probably end up putting it in the wrong way. It'll probably explode. I would say logically that you'd want to have this port here, a USB port down the bottom, and up the top there, it'll go around that way. Yeah, these things are configurable, that you can put other boards in there as well. But anyway, you clip in there, and you can power it up. It'll power up off USB anyway. So these things are good to have fun with if you want to make up some your own projects. It's not like these are cheap, very, very cheap, not even expensive, you know, and you can build anything you want out of that within reason, and not too complicated. But if you read up the specs on these ESP32s, you can make something up. Just there's a couple of detectors out there at the moment running these chips in the detector design, probably a little bit faster than these, but these are cheap and great for doing experimentation, and even just doing the core coding for these boards, making a detector, which is pretty straightforward. You can, you know, design a complete detector just using a newer chip that's faster, got more memory, may have better ADC resolution, and a few other things. But yeah, that's pretty good, isn't it? It wasn't much. I think, you know, I think there was two lots of $20 or something. It got all that. It's really quite amazing. So we're just going to power it up and fire it up. You know, the other ones I've used, here, you can make simple detectors out of these as well. You make a better one out of that, of course. That is a Nucleo, and someone's coughing. So yeah, that you want to go a little bit more, you know, an Uno board, basically the same sort of thing anyway. And if you want to have make something very smaller, you can use one of these things, and it'll you can make a basic detector out of that too. You could probably make a really good pinpointer probe out of that, and all you need then is you know, a little preamplifier and a transmit booster and little damping resistor. You could make a little pinpointer or a small detector or something if you really wanted to. So yeah, like I say, this stuff's, it's all dirt cheap now. It's really cheap. You got to remember too, because the US has slapped 10% tariffs on China, they're going to start dumping a lot of stuff into Australia too. So they'll all be competing, pushing products. So you'll be able to go shopping. I just noticed my hot melt glue gun was on, and it'd fallen over. I just don't want a pile of hot melt glue anywhere. Yeah, so apart from that, yep, brand new, straight out the box, 6,000. ready to roll. And I've got another one here as well, which it's on the floor at the moment. But yeah, 6,000, 7,000. We've got all the detectors now. I've got the whole damn Minelab range, except for the 2300, which never really took my fancy. But that's that. Yeah. So, by the way, too, I'm not saying anything, point at myself, why not? I'm not going to say anything too dramatic, but something big is happening at Minelab. I don't know what it is. I don't know what it is, but I know it's big. It's, as far as I believe, it could be a very big shift in the way the company is structured. I don't know what. I just don't know what. It could be along the lines that they're going to. I'm only guessing, right? This is my in my opinion. I'm only guessing from what I know is that there's going to be a big shake-up of some sort, and it might be that independent dealers bye-bye. I don't know. It could be, but I don't know. I'm just saying it. So it might be something like the independent dealers might be on the way out, and they might end up having company-owned distribution or something. Like I say, that's just my opinion. And there's a silenced unknown call. Wonder who that is. Yeah, probably someone trying to sell me something I don't want. More than likely, like solar cells, air vents, whatever. Yeah, gas or electric heater systems. And it will be accompanied by a funny accent as well, more than likely. So, yeah, that's just on the grapevine. Yeah, there's things happening all over the place. Yeah, like I say, I can't go into things. I can't say anything about who told me because I've already forgotten. So I don't know. I've forgotten who told me that, but hearsay. It's just hearsay. It's my opinion. It might be right, it might be wrong. I don't know. But yeah, keep your eyes open, keep your ears open in case you hear anything. If you hear anything, put it in the comments that there's some sort of possibly some big structural change going on with Minelab. What it is, we don't know. No one knows. Well, they do know, but no one's saying anything, right? Because I think it's a big thing, and they'll get whooped if anyone says anything. So, yeah, just keep your eyes and ears open. We know now that it's just about impossible to get spare parts on the detectors, which, like I said in the other video, that's been confirmed. There's only very limited bits and pieces you can get. They're trying to tighten up the industry for spares. But like I said, all it's going to do is going to, arc up the Chinese. The Chinese will fill the void. I keep saying this. So, no, I'm not going to go. Okay, no. I won't. I can't. Because it'll cause a huge controversy, won't it? But what can I say? Because I've said it. I've half let the cat out of the bag, haven't I? I can say it without being too specific. Just let me think about this for a second. I don't really want to put my foot in it, but put it this way: overseas interests are very interested in finding out as much information as they can on how particular metal detectors work. Okay? And well, I've probably said too much now, haven't I? But basically, I was offered something if I would help certain certain people do something with metal detectors. But yeah, it might actually be tied up to that clampdown I'm talking about, which I'm guessing about. It might be something like that. I don't know. Has anyone been hacked lately, or partially hacked? What's going down? Like I say, I don't know, but it's a lot of chit chatter going along in the background and things happening that, yeah, it makes my ears prick up as well. So I don't know. It might be a storm in a teacup. Might be something very, very big happening. Like I'm thinking corporate. What do you want to do? You know, it's nothing bad because I looked at Codan's share price today. It was up nearly 3%. So there's nothing going on bad as far as I know. But it could be structural change in the way things are done. I think so. Like I say, don't know. If anything is going on, do the dealers know? They probably don't. And if they do, then maybe, who knows, maybe they'll get bought out. I don't know. That's why I say I don't know, because I can't say anything definitive, because if I do say anything definitive, and it turns out to be true, there'll be, you know, lots of chicken bones pointed at me saying, how did you know? Or something of that nature anyway. But, you know, I'm just all ears. Talk to a lot of people and you hear a bit of chit chat. So it's just incoming background noise, you know, just, you know, like before a terrorist attack, they say they hear all the chatter, you know, all the communication systems, chatter, 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 chatter. It's all coded and, you know, keyworded and everything else, but, you know, they know what's going on. Something's going to go off somewhere. So, yeah, that sort of chatter we're getting. What it actually equates to, I don't know. So, yeah, there's a few other things, but I'm not going to go too far into it, just in case it's correct. Right? In case it's actually on the money. It could be quite interesting. But, yeah, anyway, I was going to just point out, I just had that stuff come in, so we can do a lot of building up. And yeah, if you go on the Arduino site, which is in Italy, I think it's arduino.cc. Don't go to a scam site, but you can download the software and stuff free of charge. And there's other software you can use as well. But you can build up these things. You can make, actually, I've got a whole project done, not in the 32 version, but one of the others. And, you know, just a small Arduino board that, you know, I might make that available because it's not copied, it's my own development. And yeah, you can make yourself a pin pointer, or you can put a dirty big MOSFET on it, make yourself a big coil driver, I don't know. Make yourself a big metal detector. But yeah, it's funny, you know, the more you look at metal detectors, like I say, my background is radio communications and power electronics, not metal detectors. It was sort of like, you know, I don't know, communications sort of stuff, just a little bit above battery voltage, you know, in a low kilohertz area. I never played around with it much. And, you know, most of the stuff I did was hundreds of megahertz and gigahertz and all that. But, yeah, it's interesting, and there's not a lot of information about it. Years ago, there was no information whatsoever. It was the black art. And, you know, no one even knew how things worked, what they did, how they worked. Everyone was arguing about what kicks the target, the flyback pulse or the actual current into the coil. People just didn't know. It was really funny. I mean, some people did, But a lot of people were all scratching their head, and even people that probably should have known were scratching their head going, oh, I don't know, well, what is it, you know? It's not the flyback pulse. So anyway, it's all interesting stuff. So if you do want to know about metal detectors in depth, get Carl Morland's book, Inside the Metal Detector, number 3, and you can get it on Amazon. So, which I did. I got that book. I've had a good read of it actually. It's got some interesting bits and pieces in there that the average experimenter probably won't know about. So it's got some good tips in there, and it's got projects on if you want to build a detector. It's actually in that book. So let's hope no more copies go over to China. No, I'm joking. Oh dear me. Yeah, so there's a few companies over in China making detectors, and from the best of my understanding and the best of my knowledge and the best of my intuition, they are, I think they're hell bent at the moment trying to make something that's a 6,000 knockoff. That's what I think, right? My opinion. I just get a feel for that, but we're not going to go into too much concrete data on that. But yeah, it's just tickling my spider senses, as to use a better phrase. So we might see knockoffs. We might not. They got that other, what was it? The thing, something like a 7,000 or something. It looked rather weird. It looked like a bit of a strange thing. That it was all sort of moulded and around the battery area. It looked weird. I don't know. I was told it's coming out this month. Has it? Don't know. I haven't seen one. Maybe they're on Alibaba or Aliexpress or something. I don't know. But yeah, I've seen a lot of funny stuff. What was the other funny one? Someone sent me pictures of something they bought over there off AliExpress, and it was meant to be a one of these clone 4500 things, and yeah. As soon as I saw all the bunch of wires, oh no, just put it back together and throw it in a bin. It's dear me, it's amazing. And to make the weight right, they slide pieces of steel plate into the detector. God, fair dinkum. That's put the shipping cost up. So you charge an expensive shipping option as well, on a losing proposition for something that you're going to throw in the bin, and it's just amazing. If you're not 100% sure, do not buy. You have to have references. You got to know what you're buying. I would not buy anything that just pops up and it's too good to be. If it's too good to be true. This is absolutely 100% correct. If it's too good to be true, not that they say, oh, it usually is. No, it's bloody 100% correct. It is. It's too good to be true, because no one sells things for below what it costs to make, unless they want to dump it. They can't get rid of it, or it's faulty, fraudulent, or something. There's something not right. And usually if you see something that's marked down and it's very, very cheap, well, buy it and see what happens. I guarantee you'll just, curse and swear, and you'll never, ever go back on those sites ever again. I have a hard time with some of the Chinese sites too. I buy little things, not expensive things. Like, if it doesn't work, it goes in the bin. I'm not going to buy a metal detector from China. But there's some stuff like, I've bought stuff on AliExpress and it never comes, right? And I go in there and say, well, it hasn't come, it hasn't been shipped, and it says, oh no, it's still in transit, right? And I go, no, it's not. and you try and do a claim on it, it won't let you. It says, oh no, it's still in transit. Yeah, it's not. It still won't let you. So you can't get out of bad transactions. And then it says, oh, this thing will be automatically marked as received in 15 days. Hang on a second. Then you don't have any recourse of not getting what you bought. You know, let's out these places for what they do, because it's not right. You know, what are you going to do? Are you going to sue them? Are they going to laugh at you? Nothing's going to happen. But there's some stuff that, you know, I've bought some interesting, you know, utensils from China. No problem. Perfect. But electronics, just be a bit wary, because there's just too many cowboys, not, you know, not Chinese, too many rice farmers that have jumped on the bandwagon and think they can, you know, just make things up, make it look the part, and then ship it out, make money where it's not going to work. So it is just the way it is. So apart from that, I'm just waffling on now, aren't I? So I still got another video to do after this one. This is, I'll give you a bit of an insight into this. I have to grab it to show you, but I don't want to pull everything off the bench. Come here, you. Now, see these things here? You know, it looks like something like the back of an earwig or something. These, right, you can buy these on Aliexpress for about $15, $12, but they come with a 7 pin plug that only fits, well, it only fits particular soldering iron base units, and I think it made by Gordak. It sounds like something from an alien movie, you know, Gordak, Gordak. And if you have a look on AliExpress or any of those sites, you want to buy this. It's fantastic for doing surface mount. I'll tell you right now, it's really, really good. To put it on the surface mount, like I've got it offset a bit because I was doing some bits on 6000. Oops. You know, you heat it up both sides of the surface mount rather than going back and forth for your iron or doing hot air, which wants to cook everything, and just hold it on and just off it comes. Beautiful, easy. But if you want to buy the whole setup, they want to sting you a fortune for it. But what I've done, I have basically nutted out the wiring on this, even though it's dual temperature things and dual sensors and everything. And I've made it work beautifully on my this other one I got, which is a hot air station, but it had a normal soldering iron with it. And it's called a Yarboly, YARBOLY, 8586D. But it will work on other ones as well, but I nutted it out for this. And you can, like I say, you can spend a fortune, well over $100 getting the whole thing. Buy these for $15 on the doorstep, and just change the wiring in the plug, and away it goes. And yeah, it works really beautiful. I've got the it tracks the temperature properly. I've done it with my thermocouple. Checked it, run it at 280 degrees, stayed there all day. Not a problem. So I'll make another video on the plug connections for this and how to change the wiring. And it worked, it just worked fine. It was a little bit curly, but I overcome some issues. So I might as well, you know, do that as a bit of a show and tell, because I know all you guys love experimenting, and you probably bust surface mount components on the board and break the ends off, and, you know, knock off their nickel plating on the ends and all the rest. But this, bonk, off, you know, on, bonk, on, fantastic. So yeah, I'll do a separate video on that, because I'm not going to put it on the end of this. No one will ever see it unless you know, you're bored and you want to watch these videos going to the end. I know people just let it roll and just listen, because there's nothing really much to see, is there? Someone just yabbering. So if you, yeah, I'll put it up and what shall I call it? They call it tweezers. You know, it's not like you're not gonna be able to pull anything out of it. Maybe, I don't know, but yeah, these things are really good for surface mount. It's spring loaded, and you can sort of adjust it and put it on, and yeah, and if you undo these, you can move these down too. Well, see, I'm starting to do a show and tell on this. Don't ever try and bend these with the thing connected. It'll break the ceramic element inside. But if you can see that there, how I've done that, you can angle them in and, you know, like that, tighten them up. You got to hold it there and tighten it up. It's, you know, it all wiggles around. But very, very handy device for doing surface mount. And anything with two legs on it, you can probably use it just doing, you know, electrolytic capacitors and film capacitors and basically anything that has two legs. You want to do it at the same time. This will do it. So yeah, I'll just put it back to how it was. So if I do a video, it makes a bit of sense in the configuration. So there you go. Yeah, like I say, it looks like an earwig. You know, it's gotcha. Or pinches off something, I don't know, crab, something, I don't know. But yeah, let's put that up there. But yeah, that's all fun stuff. So maybe when I build up some little proto-detectory type things out of these better boards with decent, or sort of decent ADCs, they're okay. Use an external voltage reference on it, like you know, something like, God no, a diode and a resistor. No, I'm joking. Use something like one of those three-legged temperature stabilized voltage devices, 2.5 volt reference, or even less. I think you can get down to 1.1 volt references on these and have all the divisions in there. But you don't want to have a massive signal come in, because it'll, you know, clap out. It's got nowhere to go, and you'll lose any ADC readings at all. But you can get very, very fine resolution as long as you pull down the reference voltage and only work in that amount. You know, little signals. You can, you know, just clamp it anyway. You know, for metal detecting, you're not listening for something that's going to blow your ears off. You're listening for tiny signals, so you can get away with really cranking up the ADC resolution. If you're going to use an ADC, you can always do the old integrated capacitor resistor op-amp thing if you really want to. Go back into the dark ages, but people still do it. There's a reason why they do it, because you've got infinite resolution. With digital, you don't. You get division points. But yeah, it's good enough. It works fine, especially if you're using a 16-bit and you're using very, very small voltage range, like so. Not like that. Don't go and do it over 5 volts. You'll freaking, you know, it's millivolts per division type thing, and you go over signals, you won't hear them. So you just compress it down and you'll be able to hear stuff. It's not hard. It's simple. Read up on it. It's not hard to do. Anybody who puts the time and effort in to study this stuff can do it. Like, I never ever used to bother about digital. I used to get other people to do the digital. I used to hire people. I say, you know, can you build this? You know, I'm going to do the analog stuff. And, you know, that's what would happen. People would just do the digital part. Once you make a digital thing, it's not like you've got to fine tune it, really. If it's only switching, if it's timings, yes, maybe a bit. But analog's a lot more difficult because no one knows about it. Everyone's a digital engineer, and they're a dime a dozen. Sorry, but they are. They're everywhere. You know, people that do code software, you know, sorry, everyone jumped on the digital bandwagon years ago, and it's just turned into Mr. Digital everywhere. Then you want to go and say, oh, I want some really good analog. Oh, that's simple. That's analog, and they try and interface the analog into the digital, and they're all pulling their hair out. Got no idea why this happens, and they can't get that to work, and there's noise issues. Yeah, and they all start pulling their hair out because they've got no idea about the finer points of analog design, you know. And they all want to make Class D audio amplifiers and stuff, which don't get me started on Class D stuff. It just sits there. Might as well be a bloody transmitter. Horrible stuff. And fancy putting Class D amplifiers, as in audio, in metal detectors like that. Oh, there we go. Someone sent me the AR9 Top 100. Okay. I need to look at that. It's one of my investments in a company called AR9. And people have been buying it lately, and we want to find out who's been buying it. So some nice person has got the top 100 holders list and sent it to me. So that will be good. Yeah, I've just been waiting about 7 years for this company to come good. Long story, but I think it's on the right track now anyway. Can't discuss too much about anything on the share market because I don't have a financial services license, so I'm not allowed to. I can give my opinion, my point of view, but yeah, but I'm not going to because it's a can of worms. And you'll get something with 4 letters come around, knock on your door and want to do a raid on your house and copy all your computer hard drives. So we don't go there with anything to do with the ASX or any stock market stuff whatsoever. But you can talk about crypto if you want. It's unregulated. So, yeah, just don't say go and buy X, Y, Z because if you say that and someone does and lose their money, they'll sue you over it. Yeah, you live a long time, you learn a lot of stuff, and you don't do anything strange that probably you might have done in the past. You don't want to do it. Don't give anyone an excuse to upset your apple cart, is what my mum used to say. So, yeah. So, anyway, that's how it is. Enough waffle. I'll get set up and do the next video on how to wire up one of these pinchy soldering iron things because it's very handy. And yeah, it's enough current out of these ones I've got anyway to drive the 2 heating elements. You heat it easy, not a problem. Anyway, I'll get off this. Hopefully it turns off. If you notice too, I've got it on charge. I haven't got the other microphone in there because the battery was getting really way down. And when I hooked it up on the computer, it didn't want to accept the connection. So I took it out and stuck it on a C-type charger with an adapter and stuck it in the phone. And it said, oh yeah, I'll take a charge now. So I can't put the receiver in there to run the remote microphone. So hopefully the audio's okay. Might be a bit, different, but that's the way it is. I made sure the phone was flipped around that way. The microphone was here, and not over there. So it should work, hopefully. Anyway, I'm going to go and poke the red button and catch us later.